भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 Chapter 15 Verse 31 Vishokho Brahma Sampatya
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
Sanchina Dvaita Samshaya
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
Dina Prakriti Nairgunyad
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
Alingatvad Asambhava
अलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
Vishokho Brahma Sampatya
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
Sanchina Dvaita Samshaya
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
Lina Prakriti Nairgunyat
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
Alingatvad Asambhava
अलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
Priti Rupini Radhika
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
आलिंगत्वात् असंभव
आलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
Divya Rupa
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
अलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
अलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
Krishna Chandra
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
विशोको ब्रह्म संपत्त्या
संचिन्न द्वैत संशया
संचिन्न अद्वैत संशया
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
लीन प्रकृति नैर्गुण्यात्
अलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
अलिंगत्वात् असंभवा
Santushta Nitai Translation for basement Krisami Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai
जय
Synonyms Vishokha free from bereavement
विशोका free from bereavement
Brahma Sampatya by possession of spiritual assets
Brahma Sampatya by possession of spiritual assets
Sanchina being completely cut off
संचिन्न being
Sanchina being
cut off
completely cut off
Dvaita Samshaya from the doubts of relativity
द्वैत संशया from the doubts of relativity
Lina merged in
Lina merged in
Prakriti material nature
Prakriti material nature
Nairgunya due to being in transcendence
Nairgunya due to being in transcendence
Alingatvat because of being devoid of material body
Alingatvat because of being devoid of a material body
Asambhava, free from birth and death.
Asambhava, free from birth and death.
Translation, please repeat after me. Because of his possessing spiritual assets,
Because of his possessing spiritual assets,
the doubts of duality were completely cut off.
the doubts of
The doubts of duality were completely cut off.
Thus, he was freed from the three modes of material nature
Thus he was freed from the three modes of material nature
and placed in transcendence.
and
And
placed in transcendence.
There was no longer any chance of his becoming entangled.
There was no longer any chance
of
of
his
his
becoming
becoming
entangled
entangled
In birth and death, for he was freed from material form.
in birth and death, for he was freed from material form.
Purport.
Purport.
Doubts of duality begin from the misconception of the material body, which is accepted as the self by less intelligent persons. The most foolish part of our ignorance is our identifying this material body with the self. Everything in relation with the body is ignorantly accepted as our own. Doubts due to misconceptions of myself and mine, in other words, my body, my relatives, my property, my wife, my children, my wealth, my country, my community, and hundreds and thousands of similar illusory contemplations cause bewilderment for the conditioned soul. By assimilating the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, one is sure to be released from such bewilderment, because real knowledge is knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, is everything, including one's self. Everything is a manifestation of his potency as part and parcel. The potency and the potent are non-different. So the conception of duality is at once mitigated by attainment of perfect knowledge. As soon as Arjuna took up the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, expert as he was, he could at once eradicate the material conception of Lord Krishna. Eradicate the material conception of Lord Krishna, his eternal friend. He could realize that the Lord was still present before him by his instruction, by his form, by his pastimes, by his qualities, and everything else related to him. He could realize that Lord Krishna, his friend, was still present before him by his transcendental presence in different non-dual energies. And there was no question of attainment of the association of the Lord by another change of body under the influence of time and space. By attainment of absolute knowledge, one can be in association with the Lord constantly, even in this present life, simply by hearing, chanting, thinking of, and worshipping the Supreme Lord. One can see him, one can feel his presence even in this present life, simply by understanding the Advaya Jnana Lord, or the Absolute Lord, through the process of devotional service, which begins with hearing about him. Lord Chaitanya says that simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can at once wash off the dust on the mirror of pure consciousness. And as soon as the dust is removed, one is at once freed from all material conditions. To become free from material conditions means to liberate the soul. As soon as one is therefore situated in absolute knowledge, his material conception of life is removed, or he emerges from a false conception of life. Thus the function of the pure soul is revived in spiritual realization. This practical realization of the living being is made possible due to his becoming free from the reaction of the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. By the grace of the Lord, a pure devotee is at once raised to the place of the Absolute, and there is no chance of the devotees becoming materially entangled again in the conditioned life. One is not able to feel the presence of the Lord in all circumstances until one is endowed with the required transcendental vision made possible by devotional service prescribed in the revealed scriptures. Arjuna had attained this stage long before on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and when he apparently felt the absence of the Lord, he at once took shelter of the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, and thus again he was placed in his original position. This is the position of Vishoka, or the stage of being freed from all grief and anxieties.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Grandasya Jnanana Salakaya Chakshurunilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Sri Mathe Jaya Pataka Swami Nidinamne Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gauraka Nagara Grama Tarini Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavade Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Hare Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulungai Tegiri Metripatamam and Sri Gurum Denatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Vishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So, Vishoka. This is the position of Vishoka, Prabhupada says, without any bereavement. Brahma Sampatya. By achieving Vishoko Brahma Sampatya. By achieving spiritual assets. Brahma Sampata. Brahma means that spiritual. Aham Brahmasmi. Parabrahman. Sampat means what? Sampat means asset. So by possession of Brahma Sampatya means by possession of spiritual assets, by achieving spiritual assets. This is a sign how one is advanced in spiritual life. So this is tested in this particular material world. This is tested by the word Vishoka. Vishoka without any bereavement. That is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Same thing. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kamshati. Yesterday also we saw. So Prasannatma means there is no more lamentation, no more hankering. That is called Prasannatma, no more anxiety. We have seen yesterday, we are subjected to two things. That if we are having some possession, then if the possession is lost, then we lament. And if we do not possess, then we hanker for that. So the Vishoka means, Vishoka Brahma Sampatya means you possess the spiritual asset that will never be lost. So that there is neither hankering nor lamentation. Only jubilant. That is the difference between material asset and physical, spiritual asset. No anxiety. If you are Vishoka Brahma Sampatya. When one is fully identified with Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, Sarva, what is that? No, sorry. Jivera Swarupoya Nitya Krishna Dasa. So here, one is fully identified with spirituality. Krishna says, no, in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Pariticha Mamekam Sharanam Braja, all kind of material activities you give up and surrender unto Krishna, who is all spiritual. And when you surrender unto Krishna, then you will realize you are also spiritual. So when you fully surrender and you become freed from all kind of desire, only surrendering to Krishna, that is the one desire we have. I want to surrender to Krishna. That is only our business. That is only our desire, no more any other business, and that is called a Brahma Sampatya. Then you are holding the spiritual asset. What is the spiritual asset? Krishna. So that is called Sanatana Jivatvam. Jiva is Sanatana. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Just like the child when he's sitting on the lap of the father. So the child is confident that I am secure, I am protected, I am on the lap of my father. So it has no more any second desire in the material world. Because we have not surrendered to Krishna, we are having a lot of desires in the material. If you surrender to Krishna, automatically you will not have any desire because you know that every father. So you have nothing to anxiety, nothing to lament, nothing to hanker. Everything will be supplied. He says, no, I will protect what you have and I will supply what you need. So we don't need to worry about it. Everyone here feeling helpless. Even though one is millionaire, even though one is president, but he is feeling helplessness. This is the position of material conditioned life. So Yamunacharya is also aspiring that I shall always live in Krishna consciousness. He's addressing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when I shall live in Krishna consciousness without any stop, when will it happen? This is the hankering of Yamunacharya. So we need to understand. We are on the chariot and the mind is the driver and the senses are the horses. So we are being driven here and there by the chariot. The chariot is this body. The mind is the coachman or the chariot driver. And the senses are the horses. So body is the chariot, mind is the driver, and senses are the horses. We are the soul who is actually traveling. So in this way, we are being forced to wander in so many planets, in so many species of life. This is our material condition. Brahmanyam yantra rudani mayaya. We see in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara sarva bhutanam pradeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. So Ishvara means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is there. Now he is giving us a chance. You living entity, you did not surrender unto me. You wanted to enjoy this material world. So you take this chariot and take this driver and go on. Enjoy in all directions. In this way, he has given us this body and the mind. So like the father is giving a car and the driver to the son to roam around. So Krishna has given this body as the chariot and mind as the charioteer, driver. And all the senses are the horses, you don't need to put petrol. So the driver will drive the horses. And this is going on. Krishna is very kind, whatever you want, you do it. But you will never be happy. That also he says in Bhagavad Gita. I am giving you all these things because you are desiring, my dear soul, my dear part and parcel. But you, Jiva, you must understand, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. You will not yield any kind of happiness because happiness for you has to come from me only. But you want to enjoy without me. I don't know where from you got this thought. And how will you do that? Even I don't know. Without me, how will you enjoy? I also don't know. So, anyway, I am giving you. Take this chariot, take this driver, take these horses. And go, wander. Brahma Bhuvana Loka. In all the 14 planetary system, in 8,400,000 species of life, enjoy. Go wherever you want. So, I will give it. One, this chariot is destroyed, don't worry. I will supply another. I have 8,400,000 chariots manufactured for you. But the same mind and same senses will travel because you are traveling. So I will keep changing the chariot as and when the chariot is not usable anymore. Don't worry about it. 8,400,000 species of chariot I have for you. Small, big, bigger, biggest, all kind of, a size and this thing. So go, travel. But let me tell you, my dear Jiva, it is Dukkhalayam Ashashvata. You cannot find peace or happiness without me. Please understand. But we don't listen to him. We only accept what he's giving. We want his asset, but we don't want him. This is our problem. He says, see, I'm giving you whatever you want. You do whatever you like, but you will never be happy. That is the point. You can do whatever. I will give you a chance. I will give you. Just like you want a Rolls-Royce car, all right. It is your Rolls-Royce car. If you want this car, that means you want a demigod body. Okay, that is given. All right. So you are changing this car. Sometimes you are carried by the doggish car. Sometimes you are, carried by this demigod's car. These are all cars, all the body. But we are different from the car, right? We are not the car. Car, Krishna is supplying for us to travel. So we are different from the car. We are different from the body. We wanted to sit down in a certain type of car. So Krishna is giving us the chance. Ramayam sarva bhutani yantra rudani. So yantra means car or machine. It is very easy to understand. What is the difficulty? So this is going on because we are identifying with the car. Just like a foolish man, if he is riding on a Rolls-Royce car, he is thinking, now I am very rich man. I have bought a Rolls-Royce car. Similarly, if one body has got inferior car, he thinks that I am poor, identifying with the car. But he is not car, first of all, that we need to understand. He is different from car. He is a traveler. He is not the yantra. This knowledge is required. This is called Vishoko Brahma Sampatya. If you have that knowledge, you have the spiritual asset. When we understand our spiritual identity, our original identity, then we are no more lamenting or jubilation, equilibrium. So that we are discussing in our walking, in our talking, in our classes, everywhere, the basic principle of this modern civilization is wrong. 2 + 2 = 5, we started with. Thinking oneself with the body, identifying oneself with the body is the first wrongdoing. And then anything connected to the body becomes yours. So this I and mind concept is wrong. There is I, but I is not the body. That we need to understand. And my means my constitutional position is to be servant of Krishna. So the so-called advanced scientist, so-called advanced philosopher, or politician, everyone is thinking that I am this body. So on the basic principle, they are wrong. 2 + 2 = 5. Therefore, the so-called advancement of civilization is also wrong. At one point, mathematical calculation, if you have done mistake in 1 point, 2 + 2 = 5, that's all. If you have made or 2 + 2 = 3, whatever, but it is not 4. When you make that mistake, whatever the balance, you construct the whole damn big architecture in this particular calculation, everything is wrong because the base is wrong. So it will never tally. That is our present civilization. Not only present civilization, always in the wrong bodily concept of life to every soul. So the basic principle is wrong. That is when Bhagavad Gita, the first lesson Krishna teaches is the basic formula. You are not this body. You are not this body. Na hanyate hanyamane sarire. Upon destroying of the body, you are not destroyed. Upon dying of the body, you are not died. You will not die. Krishna is giving the first formula in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita as a first lesson. He teaches as soon as Arjuna surrenders Shishisteham Sadhimam. As soon as Arjuna surrendered. Okay, so we need to understand from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we are born without any perfect knowledge. Kalo Shudra Sambhava. And that is natural, I mean material nature. But we have to be taught. We have to be sent to school for learning, Gurukul for learning. Therefore, these books are there. Srila Prabhupada has given enough number of knowledge books. What for these books are being written? Just for learning of the human society, that's all. So that they can learn it. Cats and dogs cannot read this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. It is meant for human society. So they should take advantage of this knowledge. But if they remain in the darkness of ignorance and not taking advantage of the knowledge, not reading these books, then what is the difference between them and cats and dogs? Because this is not written for cats and dogs. It is written for human beings. If anybody thinks I am human, he should read this book. And this is our responsibility to allow them to read the book. Give the book, distribute the book. You read it first. And then when they ask why you are giving me this book, you tell. what it is in the book. So otherwise, what is the meaning of this advancement? It has no meaning, and that's going on. They too don't accept knowledge from the authority. They manufacture knowledge. How can you manufacture? You are a fool. Fool means what? Fool means one who is misidentified himself as body. He is called fool. That is called foolishness. So whatever you will manufacture, so-called knowledge, that is also foolish, because you are manufacturing the knowledge on the bodily concept of base. So the knowledge is also foolish. How can we depend on the foolish knowledge then? So everyone is fool here in the material world. And that is our system. Now we are taking knowledge from Krishna here, Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are taking knowledge from Bhagavatam. So our knowledge is perfect. We are not fools. Those who are devotees, those who are created, those who are initiated, those who are chanting Hare Krishna, those who are listening to this Bhagavata, Nityam Bhagavata Saya, regular attendance in Bhagavatam class 1 who is giving, he is not fool, because he is perfect, because he is taking the knowledge from the perfect source. So his knowledge is perfect. We are taking from authority, bona fide spiritual master, evam parampara praptam, unbroken chain of disciplic succession. So we are, as we are originally, we are defective. Our position, error is human. 2 plus 2 equal to 5. That is where we started. But it is not fact. So 2 plus 2 must be always 4. But if we make 5 or 3, that means the whole background becomes wrong. Then we are liable to do the mistake. And illusion means 2 plus 2 equal to 4. I have written 5. But I am seeing it is all right. For me, it appears correct. That is called illusion. That is called illusion. I have written 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 instead of 4. Actually, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Means, actually, I am not this body. I am spirit. But for me, when I write 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, I am not finding any fault in that. It seems to be all right for me. Means I am this body. That is my understanding. So this is called illusion. This is illusion. I am saying it's all right. Therefore, one should not correct himself, because he has already seen the wrong thing and accepted it as a right. 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 is right for him. He thinks he's the body. So he should not find the real thing from within. He cannot find, because he has already found wrong thing as right. He cannot correct himself. So another person should do the editorial work in order to do the correction. And that is the Acharya Parampara. So that this guy can come out from the illusion. So to committing mistake, to get into illusion, overpowered by illusion. And cheating propensity is always there. Cheating means you made a mistake. 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Yes. You are persisting. Yes, it is right. 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 only. And you are arguing on that. This is cheating. This is cheating. Everyone in this material world, they are born foolish, and still they are manufacturing knowledge, which is also foolish. So this is cheating. That is going on. The so-called scientists, philosophers, the basic principle is wrong, and they are presenting some theories that is being accepted by people also. That is called cheating. So just like the insistence of the scientists, he says that life is the production of matter. They have no experience at all. Neither they have made any life from the matter still today. They can make any experiment in the laboratory that from matter one can produce life. What did they have been doing? Simply announcing a false statement that life is production of matter. Until today, they did not produce even one life. All the matter are under their disposal. Just see. Where is the laboratory experiment? All these things. So this is cheating. Every child knows that my father is life and my mother is also life and I am also life. And I am produced by that combination of 2 lives. And I am also life. For this, you don't need to be a scientist. Yeah? This is common sense. And the scientists, those who so-called educated person, they cannot even see this common sense. They are telling that life can be produced from matter. And they have never produced any till today. All the matter are under their disposal. So Common sense. We can understand the life comes from life. The dead body of a father, the dead body of mother cannot produce any, even dead body of a child. Any man can understand that. Very simple thing. But these rascals, so-called scientists, they are insisting that life is produced from matter. When did he see that? Huh? When did he find that? How did he say that? This is mental concoction. Simply manufacturing the knowledge. Because base is wrong, the manufacturing of that knowledge is also foolish. And they are given Nobel Prize for the foolish knowledge that they manufacture. So, now in the stage on some function, you see, a man will come to entertain all the people in the party, and he will bark like a dog, exactly imitating barking in the mic. Everybody would be so attentively listening and enjoying that like anything. Can you ever enjoy barking of dog? But this imitation man, when he comes to the mic and he barks like a dog, everybody is enjoying. So this imitation barking is very much appreciated by the foolish people. They go to see the imitation bark. If you give a signboard that here is an expert imitator who can imitate the sounds of all animals, immediately these guys will purchase ticket by paying money, $10, $20, whatever it is, and go and see how this man is imitating like a crow, like a dog. Wow. You don't care for the real dog who is actually barking. You don't care for the real crow. This is the position of the foolish people. The scientific advance means the imitation barking. We must understand. The dog is already there. Crow is already there. Everyone can see. The barking is also there. But if a scientist can imitate how the dog barks, then he is advanced. Give him Nobel Prize. So the already life is being produced. Millions and millions of lives are produced. Now they are going to check life production. And if a rascal scientist says that now I have produced one life in laboratory. So this is going on. And he gets Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize. Simply wasting public money. That's all. Now they have failed to go to the moon planet also. And now they are trying to go to the Venus planet, Mars planet. People are not asking that you have spent so much money, $40 million, $400 million, and millions of $1 million for one coat going to the moon planet. So what you have done? Now suppose when Columbus discovered this America, not discovered anyway, the people are interested to come here to colonize. That's all. If we have actually discovered moon planet, not discovered, it is already there. If you have gone there, now go and live there, colonize there, then it is successful. Just like when he found America, people went and colonized. They lived there. Like that. Then you can say it is successful. No. We have gone there. We have seen there is a big crack and we are studying that. That's our advancement. So in this way, these foolish people are exploiting innocent public. This is our charge against the so-called advancement of life. And they have no base, they have no knowledge. They are foolish, their base is foolish, their knowledge they are manufacturing from the foolish mind and intelligence. So the knowledge they manufacture is also foolish. They are forgetting the real thing. They don't understand what is soul. They don't understand. They don't understand that the soul is transmigrating from one body to another body. Soul is immortal. Soul is eternal. These things are described in the very first teaching of Lord Sri Krishna to Arjuna in chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita. It says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir deras tatranam hyati. This is the beginning of spiritual understanding. Spiritual asset begins when you hear this. But they don't understand this beginning lesson also. And still they are called advanced. And this is going. Simply cheating. So this cheating process is going on under the misconception that I am this body. The basic principle is cheating, wrong. And on the wrong platform, they are building phantasmagoria, big ideas. Just see. This is a problem. This is our ignorance. Just like this example is given in the Shastra, that the river waves are flowing, water is flowing. And by the combination of the waves, many straws come together at one time. And after some time, again, they are distributed, thrown here and there. Everyone got experience. Similarly, in this material world, every one of us, we have gathered together like the straws. Actually, we are under the waves of the material nature. So when we gather together, we make a community that we are Americans, we are Indians, we are Hindus, we are this, we are that, we are family, and we are, whatnot. So that's exactly like that. By chance we meet together, again, by the waves of the nature, we are separated. Thrown, thither and hither. No more son, no more country, no more, everything is finished. This is going on. And you will get a birth as a dog, a cat, or I don't know what. But so long we have gathered together, we take it very seriously. We forget that any moment we will be kicked out of this gathering. That is ignorance, They don't try to understand what is our real position. Real position is that we are being carried by the waves of the material nature. We do not have any independence. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Maya Ghoshe Chacho Beshe. You are being carried away by the waves of material nature. Sometimes you're becoming drowned. Sometimes you are floating. In this way, your life is going on. You have no fixity. You have no fixed position. The fixed position is when you are Krishna conscious. That is a fixed up. That is called what? Nishtha. Nishtha means fixed up. Krishna consciousness only has the fixed up. That also comes only after beginning from Adho Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, the Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajana Kriya, then Anartha Nivritisya, like that. When you cross so many association and hearing and you become fully knowledgeable, Vishoko Brahma Sampatya, when you hold the spiritual asset, then you are fixed up in Krishna consciousness. Jiva Krishna Das say, Ye Vishwasa Kurne to Ardu Konai. When he takes to Krishna consciousness and develops this culture, then he becomes perfect one day. There is no dukkha anymore. He is not in the dukkale masasudam, though he is in the body, because he knows I am not this body. Because Krishna says, okay, if you don't understand you are not the body, then another option Krishna is giving. Janma karma chame divyam yogam devavati sattva. Taktva deha punarjanma naitinam eti sojuna. In 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita 9th verse is telling, if you cannot understand that, okay, you have no birth and death, at least you understand that I am God, Krishna, and I don't have any birth or activity. So my janma, my appearance, my karma, my activities, they are transcendental. At least you understand that, you are saved. You are saved. See how much options Krishna is giving, how and all is canvassing in Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, how I am this family? I may be an American, I may be an Indian. Is there a guarantee that next life I shall become American or Indian? Absolutely not. Krishna does not say that anywhere. Krishna says, Dehantaram tata dehantara praptir. You have to change your body. You have to change your body. Tata dehantara. Yes, you are changing constantly our body. That's a fact. Similarly, when this body is no more useful, then you are transferred to another body. Krishna will supply another car. Take this another Yandra Rudani, and that Yandra, you cannot select that I want Rolls Royce. You can't demand. That's very simple to understand. You are living in a room. If it is not good, then we change to another new room, right? Like that. But that doesn't mean that I am finished. These foolish people, the so-called advanced scientists, Nobel Prize, the philosophers, they don't understand this simple thing. And still they are very much proud of that education. And the simple thing they cannot understand. Therefore, you have to understand Bhagavad Gita is left for you. Krishna has left it. Now, Arjuna, once again, remembering all the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, as soon as he remembered the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, he started seeing Krishna again face to face, because Bhagavad Gita is non-different from Lord Krishna. Before going away from this planet, Bhagavad Gita is left out, means Krishna didn't go. He stayed back. Just like Prabhupada is staying back in the form of his books amongst us. Similarly, Krishna stayed back in the form of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. We need to understand that. He gave the instruction. This is the position. You are like this. Your position is like this. You are now in trouble. You are in material existence, but you are struggling for existence. Simply making your mind as a guide. Manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthani kashyati. Krishna says, these living entities, they are my part and parcel. They are as good as I am by quality. But manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthani kashyati. They have made the mind, given the power of attorney to the mind. They have handed over the power of attorney to the mind. Now you are the owner. You just give gratification to my senses. And therefore, they are forced to do the struggle for existence. And the mind has taken the attorney power, and mind told the soul, now you are a slave. I am the king. You are this body. So it is started wrong teaching. Just see. Just see. So, a sane man should take lesson from Bhagavad Gita that if I am as good as Krishna by quality, Krishna is eternal means I am also eternal. Krishna is spiritual means I am also spiritual. Krishna never dies. That means he never takes birth. That means I am also, I will never die and I will not take birth. Is it very difficult to understand? Mami Vamsa Jivaloka, I am part and parcel of Krishna. Yeah. Is the right hand is made up of something else other than left hand? No, the whole body is made up of the same ingredients. Similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna is made up of Sachidananda Vigraha. So we are part and parcel also made up of Sachidananda Vigraha only. What is the difficulty in understanding? Even logically, you have to accept, no? So if I am understanding that I am identical in quality with Krishna, then this Brahma Sampatya, you are holding the spiritual asset. Brahma Sampatya Vishokam. That is it, you know. So this is the beauty. Here, Arjuna has come out from all kind of lamentation and anxieties, and he is situated in the self-realized platform, and he is able to see Krishna face to face as soon as he remembered this particular instruction of Krishna. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please to share with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So let's wind up, and tomorrow night at 8 o'clock we'll resume Srimad Bhagavatam. Till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
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 Padita Pan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Padita Pan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnav Pranam. Mancha
Kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya eva cha
Patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
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 namo
Namo
namaha.
Namaha.
Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki